Hi everybody, this is Bobby with bobbystamps.blogspot.com. I wanted to share a quick video tutorial today to show you how I made this card. I kind of think it reminds me of like a Bohemian style card. I don't know, I guess the background paper. But there's not a lot of stamping, just the little thank you in the middle is all that we're going to do today. So the supplies that you're going to need is the Bermuda Bay ink pad. Going to need a sponge. And then for our sentiment, it is from the What I Love stamp set, and it's the thank you right there. And then we're going to need a little decorative element out of the basic Hodgepodge clips, and it's just like the little arrow thing. And then we're also going to be using the stitched ribbon. And I thought this was the Bermuda Bay stitched ribbon as well. I did a little embossing, but I did it before we started, so that way you wouldn't have to watch me do that. But it's the decorative dots folder. So one of these days I might do a YouTube video on embossing, but right now I just wanted to basically show you how I put the card together. So this is the, I don't know if you can see it, but it's the dots. And then one side is like the dots are pushed in, and on this side the dots are more like raised up, and that's the side I'm going to actually do the sponging technique on. So the first thing that we're going to do, because I don't want to get my fingers all inked up at the beginning, is going to score our card and then use our snail, if I can find my snail adhesive, and you can go ahead and, you know, actually I do think I am going to do the sponging first. Actually, let's pop out our little thing there for our sentiment. So this is the scalloped label, I think. I'll have all the dimensions and everything posted on my blog later. So we're going to pop that one out. And then I used my oval punch. This is the 1 3/4 by 7/8 punch. And then just put your white cardstock in there. Pop that out. And then I used some dimensionals to pop it up. We're going to stamp first though. And we're going to stamp in the Bermuda Bay as well. So we'll just ink up our stamp and then get it as close in the middle as you can. And this is really hard for me to do on camera, but that looks like I did it pretty well because the camera is like in between both my arms. Anybody that does YouTube videos knows exactly what I'm talking about. It kind of makes things a little bit hard. It looks like your hands aren't, the camera isn't in the middle of your arms, but they actually are. So we'll take the dimensionals off, the paper off the back, just pop it up a little bit, get it as centered as you possibly can, and for right now we'll just set that aside, and we're going to go ahead and do our sponging, and just make sure that you have it on the side, like I said, that you want it raised. Just bring the ink pad a little bit closer, and I just barely dap in and then lightly, and then you can always go back in and add more. And then you can see that like I barely dipped it there, and there's just a whole bunch left on there. And then I like to really make sure that I'm getting it rubbed in, and I kind of like to try to go in the same direction. Let me go ahead and lay it down. And you just keep going until you have like the light mixture that you like. If you want it darker, if you want it lighter. I like to make sure I got all my edges done. And what I mean by going in the same direction, like I'm not gonna like go in circles and then go straight. I'm just gonna, I keep going straight. My paper keeps moving on me. And then the last time I just like really push down really hard and just give it a good rubbing, so that way you can see the dots. That's about it for that. So now what I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and take our sentiment, and we'll go ahead and I turned this a little bit on the diagonal like a triangle, kind of put it in the middle. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my tape. And what I did here was I flipped it over. And then I put a little bit of tape down towards the bottom to hold it into place. And then just bring, and I left it on the roll. It's not cut yet. So I brought it on the roll. I flipped it over. Brought it around to the back side. And then I kind of crossed it over, kind of like that, because I kind of liked that look, and brought it up a little bit. And then let me grab my scissors, just snip it off. Another piece of tape. And then before I tape it down permanently, I like to look, and don't do it too tight because it will make your paper bow up like that. So, and then I just tape it where I wanted it, and then grab your little, and this side I just switched it up and just put it on the opposite side, so it doesn't really matter whatever side that you want it to be on. And then go ahead and put this piece down first. Just kind of be careful that you don't want to move your ribbon and maybe get it higher or lower than what you originally wanted. And then this, you just kind of center it where you want it. And then on this piece, the embossed piece, we just put more snail. And on this one, you do have to kind of maneuver it, make sure that you don't get it stuck down before you have it right where you want it centered. So I think that right there looks good. I'll leave that there. Flip this piece over. Oop. Thought I was out. Thought I was going to have to stop the camera and refill. And this, you know, you could have put your snail on the back of it before you put this piece on if you wanted to. And again, this piece, just watch. Make sure that you have it all down. And that is that quick and simple, easy card. So, I didn't do the inside of it. We're just doing the outside right now. But you could put a sentiment on the inside, a little note. I like to put a piece of white paper in there and just like handwrite a note. You don't even have to put the white piece in there if you don't want to. But that is my take on my little Bohemian thank you card. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and visit my blog, bobbystamps.blogspot.com.